There she is. She's back. Leslie is back with us on the Almost Left.
You caught me grooving. Can you hear me well?
Oh, yeah. We got you. We got you. Thanks for everybody. Shout out. This is Wish to Go shouting out happy second birthday, because it is THL's second birthday tomorrow, where we officially debuted on Rumble 2 years ago. And here we are. I couldn't believe we're 2 years later. So yeah, thanks for the shout out and all you guys out there that's been with us this whole time. So very cool. Very cool. Let's just start with an Airways comment here. Bernie don't stand for nothing but protecting the DNC. Absolutely. This is a topic that's near and dear.
Of course.
Yeah, this is a topic that's near and dear to us. This is I was talking to Jeremy. I was talking to my brother about this yesterday, and I think it's important we let our audience know this, that we didn't just start the show because we were tired of everything. Like you guys know, we started the show 2 years ago. We need people to know we were in the streets with Bernie. We were there. Like that's what we were actively part of the movement in 2016. And that was the moment I saw, when he bowed down to the Hillary machine at that DNC that summer of 2016. That was the moment. And I wish we had started the show the next day. That's what we should have done when Sarah Silverman got up there and told everybody to stop their whining and get in line. Stop, all you Bernie bros, stop your complaining. Well, here's Bernie. Fast forward to 2025. And here we are, and he's admitting out loud that the whole thing was one big operation to turn his supporters into a label using their identity against him. It's called weaponizing identity. It's identity politics. He's admitting that was the formula. So we all became Bernie bros. Bernie bros means that we're white, privileged, little bit racist and a little bit sexist. That was the narration. So we can't possibly, our voice about class warfare, that didn't matter. What mattered was that we were in this box, and if we were against Hillary, we hated women, and we didn't think that it was time for a woman president. And that continued from that point on. And we were out. We were out at that point. And here we are all these years, and he's still doing this shit, and he's admitting it now, but he's still doing it, playing a role. And there's still so many people that don't know what happened and where this began. So I just wanted to get that in there.
Did he swallow the poison to get colon cancer? So many things are causing cancer right now, but like Matt and a lot of people say, we know what it's not. But in the medical field, yeah, there's so many things that we consume on a regular basis, so many things that we do and don't do on a regular basis that increases our risk, like eating red meat.
I know it wasn't like for us, like it's not a shock. But again, I just can't get used to how everybody in the shit lib world responds to this type of thing. I saw very close friends here in LA share out immediately. You're not a Christian if you are mocking Joe Biden right now. And I look at a tweet, like I look at that and I go, you're not a Christian if you're mocking Joe Biden. Whoever's posting that is just, they have no clue what's going on. They consider it a mock, because I want to say back, but I don't want to engage because it's a waste of time. But I would like to ask, like, who's mocking Joe Biden? No one's mocking him. People are furious that this information was kept from us, and they don't have empathy for him. That's not mock. By the way, that's not mocking somebody to not have empathy for them. Why should we be forced to have empathy for psychopathic, power grubbing, warmongering, genocidal maniacs who Biden told us if there was no Israel, we would have to create one in order to do what we need to do in the Middle East. So don't tell me that I need to feel empathy for you. But for people sharing about Joe Biden right now and thinking that any pushback against this bullshit narrative about how the cancer was detected, when it happened, what was being kept, anybody that thinks that pushback equals being mean and you're no longer a Christian if you ever were, I don't even know where to begin with these people. So again, like we know the story is not that interesting because it follows the same blueprint of every story we see every day about the establishment theater they put up. But I can't personally get over the bad takes that we get over and over, bad take after bad take after bad take from people who I have to say are generally good people. They just don't know what's actually happening right in front of their eyes. That's all. That was my little rant.
Yeah, no, and I'm with you on everything that you said. And as you know, Matt, and a lot of people in my life know me so well. Am I still there?
Yes.
Because you froze. Okay. I love animals. I love people. I have a lot of feelings about everything, and so me and you kind of eat fish here and there. But when anyone is sick, when anyone gets injured or hurt or bombarded into tiny pieces, I get very sad and everything hurts me. And so when I heard these news in a molecular in a micro level, I'm like, that sucks for him. But then I start thinking of all the horrible things that this man has done, and not just him, but his administration, everyone he worked with. I just can't shake off the feeling of going, you know, I don't know what to say. We're all human beings. Our bodies are not perfect. All of us are brewing some type of cancer cells wherever in our body, sometimes multiple. I don't know. And so unfortunately it was kind of awkward yesterday at work when someone mentioned out loud, like, oh, did you guys hear, I think this was Tuesday or something. Did you guys hear that President Biden has cancer? And everyone was like, oh my God, it's such a heartbreaking thing. And I'm the only one going, uh yeah, it sucks for him in a singular, I don't care about anything or anyone else thing. It sucks for him. It's painful and it sucks and it's just horrible. But I just, Matt, I just, yeah, it sucks for him. But I don't. How do I
No,
say this so I don't sound like a
no,
horrible
it doesn't.
person? Because
It
everybody
doesn't.
knows
No,
I love people and I love
no,
animals. And
no. Leslie, it doesn't suck. F that guy. I don't get, like, you're a guy who got up and told us it was a pandemic of the
yeah,
unvaccinated, a pandemic of the unvaccinated. How many of those unvaccinated got forced and bullied by you to put something in their body they didn't want and now have cancer and now are dead? So F you and your cancer that you covered up. You've known you've had it the whole time. You were taking medication for it that caused your rapid dementia. You lied to us about it. The only thing to feel bad about Joe Biden is his family that continued to do elderly abuse on him once he couldn't
yeah,
actually function. But up until the last moment of his ability to function, he was a warmongering Zionist psychopath, a criminal, who did the laundry list of crimes he's committed his entire career from day one when he got on that Senate floor at the beginning of his career and told us that he was for sale. That's what Joe Biden told us. The youngest senator, bless you,
thank you.
the youngest senator ever at the time, gloating about how long his career was going to be. He was standing on the Senate floor and he told us he was for sale. He said, come on, lobbyists, come and get me. My pockets are ready to be filled. He told us that on day one. Come on. I cannot wait to take your money and say whatever you want me to say and do whatever you want me to do. I am a whore. He literally said that. I'm not joking. He said,
No,
that's the job we signed up for. So whore me out. I'm ready to go.
pour me out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't know, Matt. I kind of feel bad for him in a human level, but then there's so many people just like him that Biden doesn't care about. And there's a lot of people suffering in the world because of him and his administration and the Democratic and Republican Party. So why would I feel worse for him than I do for my patients in the hospital?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, and definitely this is something that is not new to anyone, but this didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in the span of days or weeks or even months. When a cancer is metastasized, it's very rare that it happens rapidly. First, we have to do the stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3, then to stage 4 metastasis. It's such a long process. Definitely was sick. And I was even thinking, like, Is there any way possible that this has metastasized in the bloodstream, in the cells, into the brain? I don't know. I'm not going to make a rumor up, but I'm just wondering, like, definitely a lot of cognitive decline since kind of the beginning and throughout the years. But anyway, I don't know. That's wild to me. How everyone truly, and I know they mean well, they're truly a little heartbroken by these news, Matt.
They should be more heartbroken that they were fooled and kept that information for his entire presidency. He had cancer the entire presidency. He had it. He had it. He told us he had it in 2022. They
Yeah, you
called it a
posted that
gap.
video.
He had it. I played it early. I played it Tuesday show. I played it I played it today. People know you got it. He had it. Period. You guys want to see it again? You guys want to see it an effing again? If you guys missed it, this is Joe Biden telling us that he had cancer back in 2022 while he is president. And when he said this, they called it a gaffe.
And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? It had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
What? That's why I and so many other people I grew up with have cancer. Wow. Oh, I guess he was joking. He was joking.
So
He's
why
a
do we
gaffe.
think why
yeah.
do we think this was shared now? Because he's already done being president, and we can just talk about it.
The book was coming out where Jake Tapper is making money. It just got released, and there's 3 things happening at the same time. The third thing is the cancer reveal. The first 2 all are happening so you guys don't understand this is a 3-way thing happening at the same time, coordinated. I don't know if everybody in each camp knew it was all going to happen at once, but it's all going on at once. The release of the book of Jake Tapper is about Jake Tapper spinning that the media was innocent when the Biden administration was deliberately keeping information from them, and they had no idea, had no way to know that he had dementia. Because they were being secretive to the media, and they were honestly trying to report the news in an honest way. So he releases the book literally the same day that they announced the cancer. At the same time, the reason that Jake Tapper set the date for this week, and he could have released it at the holidays because he had the book written. He was gloating about it a few months ago. We covered that on the show, that he was going to do this thing and blame everything on Biden's administration and take no accountability. The reason he chose this date, because he was informed that the judge that ruled over Biden's criminal case during his presidency, I don't know if people know, he went through a pre-trial of whether he'd be tried as a criminal with all the Ukraine activity. And the judge ruled during his presidency that a jury would not be able to prosecute one way or the other because he would be presented as somebody who did not have a good memory and could not function adequately. That transcript was not available to the public and now is. So Jake Tapper knew that transcript would be coming out. So he wanted to take the attention off of that story because you have a sitting effing president who a judge says is either a criminal or has no memory, and he's our sitting president. And at the time, there was no way to spin that. Now we can see the entire transcript. Jake Tapper's book comes out, and then somebody else said, well, maybe now we can distract from the book and the transcript. We'll tell everyone about the cancer, and that'll take the front page. So that it's all coordinated or not or whatever. But all of this, what they all 3 have in common is all 3 reveals are showing us how the system is functioned and designed, and it's working exactly as it's supposed to work. This is just a peeking behind the curtain to see how they all work together to collude together, media, political pundits, and the court system, by the way. Why did the judge not release? You know what I'm saying? So the judicial system, the media, and the political leaders that we apparently elect, they all coordinate together to spin stories to us, and they tell us stuff when the appropriate time is to tell us so they can distract us and not have us vote on actual stuff because we won't have the information, so we won't vote adequately. So the whole thing is one big giant mess. And people don't understand that. And they think that these are just moments that we need to be mourning our president and his cancer, which he's known he's had the entire time. By the way, one more caveat. And I think you alluded to this, Leslie, the medication, the treatment for the pancreatic cancer, when he probably started getting it back in 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021, he was getting the treatment. That treatment can cause onset dementia. So, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. There you go. Case closed. Done.
Period and mic drop, Matt. Very good. A lot of these treatments for any cancers will bring up other problems in the head and just immune system everywhere, really. So of course,
yeah,
there's definite truth to that, you guys. 4D chess requires time travel. 5D chess requires traveling the multiverse. Neither is possible at our present available tech. Unfortunately, not.
A little tongue in cheek there, but this is he's Airways shaking their head. That these are the different dimensional time. So the fourth dimension and then fifth dimension multiverse. So, but that's the point, is that we, and this comment comes from that we, the Bernie Bros, or whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to call us, we were the first victims of the 4D, 5D chess language that was said to us, and not in that same way, but we were in the mindset that our fearless leader had a plan, that when he didn't stand up to Hillary and the DNC machine, that Steele dossier, we're going to create this Russian propaganda, Russian asset Trump crap, and Bernie Bros are what cost us the election, and Hillary's stupid ass book, why, what was it called, why it happened, or what happened. That was her book. What happened? All of that. Our excuse that we made for our fearless leader, Bernie, was that the reason he was being silent and putting up with that when he knew that was all bullshit. The excuse was our master was playing 4D chess. He was playing 5D chess. He was going to come back and get them later. He's playing this advanced game. We believe that. And he's going to come back. So we all stayed in the Democratic Party. I was still a Democrat through those next 4 years. Why? Because the word was Bernie's going to come back and get them in 2020. If he had done the right thing and said, you know what, we're out of here. F that. He could have taken the whole movement, signed us up as independents, started a new party. And by 2020, we could have done a real people's movement. He didn't do that. He kept us leached into that party. And what we're saying is 5D chess, 6D chess, 7, whatever D chess is going on, the MAGAs are saying their fearless leader is doing it right now, and believe he's got a plan to beat the Zionists. He's got a plan. Just give him some time. He's smarter than all of them. Sorry to break it to you guys, you MAGAs. Sorry to break it to you. We've been through this shit. We were warning you. It's not real. It's not real. You're being played. You have to realize it sooner than later, and then you can call his ass out and say, we're done with your ass and anybody else you tell us to vote for. Like Bernie's telling us to vote for AOC next. That's the next one. And we're going to say, F you, you're just saying words. It's not real. We are doing real people's populist movement. We are detaching from the two-party system altogether. No MAGAs, no blue no matter who's, no fight the oligarchy within the oligarchy. F that, we're done, we're out.
Indie Left News at 12:50. Who are these people? Who are these people?
That's his famous catch line. We love it. Indy, thanks for tuning in. Indy's been a great guest with us. We've talked a lot of, speaking of people's movement and labor rights and challenging the corporate system, the corporatism system we live in. Indy's been the best at it. Thank you, Indy. And who are these? I don't know who these people are. What the hell do I know? I'm just here. They gave me a mic, and I'm just talking and yapping and trying to figure out what's going on too. So we're with you, Indy. Thanks.
This comment's not highlighted, but I wanted to read it anyway. F Israel. So wait, they can fire on other diplomats, but they can be upset when people fire at their diplomats.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how it works.
Yes, that's how.
Untouchable.
Yes, they are more valuable.
They're more valuable
because they're part of the chosen ones, or unfortunately, we talk about this, the Christian Zionists. kind of almost feel bad. I don't want to say I feel bad for them, but they are the worst suckers of all because they're doing the bidding of their Israeli Zionist handlers, which they are. They're being handled by them. They don't know it. And they're championing that psychopath behavior where you value a certain people over another people. At the end of the day, they look down on them too and are just using them so they can better their agenda, which is we are the chosen ones. The rest of you are, what's the word, Leslie? The rest of us are goyim.
We're goyim.
Oh. And that includes you, Christian Zionists, too. You're also goyim. Did you know that? If you don't know what that is, look it up.
You as a white man, you just a regular white man.
Oh, we're all equally
Basic.
scum on the bottom of their shoe. Equally.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's better to laugh at this. Okay, next one is from Manmus. The IDF could not tell if it was Hamas because they were wearing 3-piece suits. Wow.
They actually want us to believe that. Thanks, Manmus. Yeah, the IDF, we get confused. We don't know. We thought you're Hamas. We thought you're Hamas.
Everybody is.
Hamas always hides behind all of their, citizens and babies and diplomats, and they hide, and we get confused. So we blow you all up. Sorry about that. Our bad.
Everybody. Too convenient for the Zionists not to be a false flag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the operation. We're still looking into it. It just broke this morning or late last night. Well, it was late last night because we saw Tam Bondi immediately. She's like, I had to get out of bed for this one, and she gets on this.
Oh.
This is that was a so we're saying it looks like a false flag. Absolutely. So every sign of it is that it's a false flag. So we might as well start that conversation now. We're sick and tired of playing the game of too soon. Leslie, it's too soon to talk about all the possibilities. You got to take
Stop asking questions.
You got to take them for face value. When the story breaks, listen to what they say. Do not challenge the initial storyline because people are in mourning. 2 people died. We cannot ask questions. Now is not the time. Yeah.
Believe everything the mainstream media tells you, Matt. They're trustworthy. Come on.
Yeah, of course. We'll get to it later. We're still waiting on when is it the right time we can talk about Lahaina? When is the right? Is it too soon still? When can we start talking about 9/11? Still too soon? Mourning families, they got their man, they got their bin Laden. Don't upset them while they're still mourning 25 years later. Yeah, not now's not the time. How did you know it was bin Laden? How did you know to report who did the crime 46 seconds after the second
incredible
went
incredible knowledge
tower? 46 seconds later, all the news stations, Osama bin Laden.
They were quick with that. Wow.
They knew. So it's still too soon to ask questions. Families are still in mourning. We got our guy. Obama paraded down the White House steps 2011, got our guy. Plenty of movies being made about it. A lot of awards being had. A lot of acceptance speeches about job well done. There's a Netflix documentary out now about it.
I want to watch that with you, but we tried to the other day and we're like, oh, it's 56 minutes or whatever, a whole hour. We could have done 30 minutes, but an hour of BS, we just couldn't take. I want to watch it just to see what the hell they're going to say. It's all going to be ridiculous. And everybody knows, my dad knows, that this was fabricated, but I still want to kind of experience that.
That's the point. And thanks for
whatever happened. Did people stop talking about the video of, was it the 6 or 8 people dancing? They were filmed like in New Jersey or something.
The dancing Israelis.
Yeah, Google that, people.
Well, we're not going to comment on it because it's obviously conspiracy theory stuff. However, do yourself a favor and go Google dancing Israelis and go type it into
That's
Twitter.
all we'll say.
And you guys can have fun with that one because and if you guys want to have a real conversation about it, go ask Ryan Christian, the Last American Vagabond. He will talk to you guys about it all day long about what not to look into.
Thank you, Matt.
Whatever you do, don't look into it. The
Whatever you
dancing
do,
Israelis.
don't. And
Yeah.
don't believe it.
Don't.
Just watch it and just,
Do not, whatever you do, type in your search engine, dancing Israelis. Don't do it. We're warning you now.
We'll go further. Just don't Google it. Don't type it into Google. Don't spell it right. Okay. Next comment.
Okay.
Let me get this straight. Calling for violence to end equals inciting violence. Wait, what? Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, Jer. It doesn't translate to me. My brain cells are not understanding that either.
And what's really sad is that this just literally, guys, this just happened. If you're watching the replay, or we're gonna upload the segment later, there's gonna be even more. The stuff that it's gonna keep going. It's gonna get so bad. Like we're telling you, it just started. It's gonna get so effing bad. That Dana Bash clip, that's the first one we saw this morning. And it's gonna go on. They're gonna equate this violence to peace and free Palestine means you want to kill Jews. They are going to go. It's gonna be so bad. You're gonna get sick of listening to this crap. We just started. I'm sorry, guys, to warn you. We just started the next phase of this war, and the war again is not between Israel and Hamas. The war is between the people and the Zionists who control all of our entities. We are the ones in war. The Gazans and the Palestinian people are the ones being annihilated. That's not a war. That's an annihilation. That's called a genocide. We are the ones at war on their behalf. They're not fighting. They're starving.
They're dying.
Yeah. We're fighting for free speech. We're fighting for a judicial system that makes sense. We're fighting for justice, to hold people accountable for war crimes with our taxpayer money they're using to commit crime after crime after crime. That's the war. And they just kicked that war into the next gear, where for now on, free Palestine equates to wanting to murder Jews. So that's what we're dealing with now. It's absolutely insane.
Scary times, Matt.
Yeah, it's what's happening right now.
Scary times. Freedom of speech out the window.
Yeah. Thank you, Jungle Jer.
Thank you, Jungle Jerry. Yeah. So many things to say about that, but it's just so heartbreaking to me. And, I think back at our day at UCLA and how, yes, all those incredibly brave and courageous teenagers and young adults at UCLA were in that grassy area. It was all peaceful, and the people that were creating the violence and the animosity, the people that were egging fights, and the people that were very angry and the violent people were not the protesters. We were there in person. Oh, so frustrating to me. Let's move on. I heard that by releasing or trying to release Chauvin, we'll get the Black people on the streets, and then they will arrest them for violence, etc. But the Black people are aware of their plan. Oh, boy.
Interesting. Well, Trump's playing dumb on it right now. So we saw that. Trump doesn't know anything about getting Chauvin out. We'll have to see. I mean, this thing it's so much more complicated than people were initially told. And I wish I was more curious about it. It was very interesting how everyone just aligned. Like we always have to ask ourselves, if we are saying the thing, if you wake up in the morning and say the exact same headline that CNN is saying, I would just check yourself. Just look closer. If they're telling you something,
good advice.
It's just something. I'm not saying they can't be right one time out of 1,000, but it's probably not that 1,000th time. It's probably one of the 999 times. So just be a little more, do your due diligence and just see, like, why am I thinking the exact same thing that's on that screen right now? What is going on? What's more to the story? So always ask yourself, there's more to this story.
Oh yeah. It reminds me of every day that we go to the gym, they have CNN playing, and every single day I look at you like, can you believe this BS? There hasn't been one where I'm like, you have a good point.
I got a quick quote Jimmy Dore when he gets in arguments with his shit-lib friends here in Hollywood, and we can both attest to how many of those people exist here in this town, as Jimmy talks about. But he says anytime he gets into like a fight with one of them, he'll always ask him, is there anything that CNN reports on that you don't agree with, they
with their response.
they can't respond. They're like, because they know that they sound dumb if they can't think of one thing, so they don't answer. They never answer the
Yeah,
question.
no, and that gives it
Yeah.
away because you can't agree with
Yeah.
an entity or someone 100% of the time.
What
You
are
know, I
just
don't agree
quoting?
with my family all the time and
Yeah.
you all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not so tribal and loyal to all your thoughts. I have my own thoughts and disagreements. So if they can't critique CNN, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You want to put it up?
Yeah.
The October 7 attacks was a Mossad operation called the Hannibal Directive. I cannot believe these facts are not shared when people knowing them would end the genocide.
You know what? Want to hear something? Hey, Brandon, if you're still, thanks for the comment. And you
Yeah.
know what? This morning, as we were preparing for the show, I was getting bombarded. My name was getting tagged on some stupid Facebook post with my brother, with somebody he's been in battle with. I think I don't even want to say her name, but I was like, God, do I need to respond to this shit? And she was like, you have Jeremy, Matt, you guys, wine glasses, you have to condemn Hamas for October 7th. I was like, okay, I've had enough of this shit. So I'm
People
like,
are so stuck on that.
I'm trying to prepare for an actual news show, like an actual, commentary and interview and like real thing. And you are posting me on social media, tagging me and telling me I have to condemn Hamas for October 7th. You're doing this now, not on October 8th, which I get people were confused on October 8th. I'm talking about now in 2025. You were telling, and I had to do this. I was like, I am so sick of this person tagging me. So I said, Hannibal Directive. Israel fired on its own people on purpose and admitted to it.
Yeah, I was going to say they admitted to that. So
They're proud of it.
why won't
Netanyahu,
people did people not accept or believe that? They refuse to believe it. Is it ignorance is bliss? Let me just put on my blinders and I don't want to hear that. October 7th massacre, self-defense.
So this part's important, Leslie. Even when you do it, like again, like I just did it because I was sick of being tagged. I want to be clear with our audience. I didn't respond to that tag with Hannibal Directive thinking that I would get this person in a corner and she'd be like, I have to concede. You're right. I didn't know that. I did it, well, for other people to read it. That's for sure. I want them to look up Hannibal Directive. I did it knowing full well that she already has an excuse ready. It's not going to get her. So they already have their talking points. The reason why, I'm be very clear about this, the reason why Netanyahu admitted this wasn't on a secret recording that he didn't mean to get out. Like there's other shit he put on secret recording we did where he says the American people are so effing stupid. Watch what I do to them. That's shit he didn't want out. We got that. This he wanted out. Why? Because his excuse is the most important part. It's the mantra of Israel, the greater good. This is the mantra we hear all the time. When you and I and other people that want truth out, we think we make the mistake sometimes of thinking that if we reveal a fact, it's going to change the mind of the person in that tribe. It won't. So whether you're a Zionist in this case, whether you are a COVIDian in the COVID case, whether you are Trump derangement syndromed out in that case, you can't hear information and that will change your mind. You've already made an excuse for it. So here's the excuse that Netanyahu makes. He's proud of it. It's not even an excuse. It's a mantra. We use the Hannibal Directive because that's the only thing we can do to get Hamas. If we don't do it, in other words, he's proud to say whatever it takes for the greater good. So we have to do what we have to do. Now we have the world's support because we have to stop Hamas. So you understand that that's the reaction. It's not, oh my God, I didn't know about that. Oh shit, the Hannibal Directive kind of puts my argument to shame. Same shit with COVID. You say, did you know? And you show them the tape. Pfizer said, we didn't test for transmission or anything, whether the thing would work or be effective, because we had to move at the speed of science. That's a fact. That was said. That's what happened. You share it with COVIDians and they go, well, yeah, that's true. It's the greater good. We had to move at the speed of science. Of course, we had to get it out. So they will back up the thing that you think will make your case and end theirs. They just embrace it. They go, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, did you know that the New York Times and the Washington Post misreported on the 2020 election on purpose? They kept the Joe Biden the Hunter Biden laptop. They said it was Russian disinformation when they knew it wasn't, and they did it on purpose because it was election time and they needed to get votes. You tell people that. They admitted to it. They champion it. Yay, we held it. We are the New York Times. We held information from the public. That's what we did. We like holding information so we can get to what? The greater good.
Greater
you
good,
tell
or the
them-
greater Israel.
You tell them what happened, and they go, well, you got to do what you got to do to get the job done. Well, F that. So that's it. I just want to warn people, look this stuff up, know your information. The more information, the better, the more ammunition you have, but you're not going to change the mind of a deranged lunatic that thinks for the greater good supersedes principle and ethics and humanity and justice.
Mic drop again, Matt. The greater good, aka the greater Israel. Honestly, it's when I come across these people or comments, I'm just kind of like tired. It reminds me of when people even recently still talk about the COVID-19 vaccine and how it saved so many people's lives and it's totally safe and effective. And I'm just like, you guys, this is old news. This is not black and white. This is just frustrating to me, to say the least, that people just don't think outside the box and don't kind of living under a rock. And you guys, all the audience, I am a very nice person. I'm a very patient person. I feel everyone's feelings. I know how COVID affected so many people, but if you're still thinking that this newly manufactured drug, this injectable drug is safe and effective for you, it's kind of like, the person who tagged you on Facebook. It's like, really, you guys, you don't know anything outside of that, haven't done your research, won't believe you, won't believe the facts. Anyway, sorry, ranting. Next comment.
No, you're not. Thank you. This is all
difficult.
Great. This is exactly what we need. We need this conversation. This is awesome. Thank you for doing this here
Well,
today.
when it's not convenient for you and your beliefs and your, do I say values? Your beliefs of the country, the state I love the most, which it starts with an I. And what did you say it rhymes with?
It starts with an I and rhymes with Schmizriel.
I don't know why I love that. Anyway, when it's not convenient for you, your ignorance, what is it? Ignorance is bliss? No.
Ignorance is bliss.
Bliss is yeah, that.
And tribalism supersedes all, right? Greater good. For the greater good is the good of your tribe to prosper and the other tribe that you're against to fail. That's the greater good is that. That's the greater good.
Oh, okay, let's see. Jungle Jared, got to pick up that book. Where's that book? What's the title of the book?
I will throw it up again.
Okay.
Here it is. This is our guest today, investigative journalist Miriam Henning. This is the website. You can get her book, the George Floyd book, right from her website. It's not on Amazon. It's been banned from Amazon. It's not on these other. They all teamed up and said, we are not allowing your book to be sold. Where did we hear that before? Oh yeah, Caleb Maupin. Remember Caleb Maupin's book about Kamala Harris? It was on Amazon. The second she switched out, they switched her out into the spot of Joe Biden's spot. All of a sudden, his book wasn't available anymore. How interesting. So same with Miriam Henning's book, George Floyd book. You can get it right there from her website, and it's the only place you can get it. But yeah, great conversation with Miriam. Look at Manmus backs this up. Empathy for a person who has no empathy for anyone. He doesn't want to help anyone.
Speaking of healthcare, great point. What happened to that, Joe?
Yeah. Oh, no. He cares about healthcare for Israelis because they get healthcare.
Oh, yeah. They get free healthcare, right? But not for our people. A lot of people are denied coverage, denied medical treatment because it's just too expensive. And let's face it, chemotherapy drugs and treatments like radiation, especially for the people that have no insurance or really crappy insurance like Obamacare and the healthcare reform, this is expensive, Matt. I'm not talking about a bag of chemo costs $1,000. I'm talking about $20,000, $30,000 for treatment. It is extremely unaffordable.
No.
So that's a whole other thing. Manmus, you bring in bring another topic of discussion. Healthcare.
It's not healthcare for everyone. It's healthcare for the chosen ones.
For the chosen one. And it's also not healthcare, it's sick care. We don't nobody does anything in the government to help people be healthy.
Sick care. we're screwed either way, with it or without it. It's all bad. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Joe
yeah, Joe
Biden is
Biden.
cancer. Oh, we
Yeah.
picked the same one.
Yeah, Joe Biden is cancer. There we go.
A lot of these millionaire, billionaire people in power are the cancers. Oh my gosh. Getting me all
Uh-oh.
riled up, you guys. Airwade says Gesundheit to me. I thought that was funny, so I have to read it out loud.
Oh, because you
It
tight.
was like dust or something. Let's see. Silly Joe from Tanksy Up. Zootzilla, I'll read this one. At 319, I was pressured to take the vax and I got a bleed on the brain. Oh my god, I'm so sorry to hear that. To protect his privacy, someone I love also had a severe brain bleed. Anyway, Zootzilla, I'm recovered on some side effects, but brain is in good working order still. I'm sorry that happened to you, Zootzilla. That's horrible to read out loud. I was making fun of the previous things, but now it makes me sad. I'm sorry you had to go through that. And to everyone affected and anyone listening that were affected, I'm so sorry that you were forced or pressured to take it and you got sick from it. You shouldn't have gone through that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Zootzilla.
Thank you
This
for
is,
sharing. Yeah. I'm glad
and
your brain is in good working order.
you know
Not
what?
everyone can see the same. Sorry?
No, but you know what? Those two emojis at the end, that kind of sums everything up for all of us. Like we try to keep that thumb up as we know we're doing our best and we're working with what we have and we're getting through the day and we're doing everything we can to fight the thing that fooled us however they fooled us, whether it was putting a shot in our arm that we didn't actually need or want, whether it was voting for a party that never cared about us from the beginning, whether it was how we treated each other, how we treated our friends, we unfriended each other, the things that we're doing, how we conduct ourselves in the day based on what a talking head tells us on TV, whatever we got tricked on, we figured it out and we're still going and we keep the thumbs up. And those tears, those are the emotion that we all have. We have a lot of emotion attached to this, but we have to keep going. So, man, you sum this up, Zootzilla, and we're with you. And thanks for sharing. And we are with you 100% moving forward with both our thumbs up as the tears are going down our face too. In our empathy for you and anybody else that was fooled by a system that never ever cared about you from the beginning. And they never cared about us. But we know now.
They care about the money in the wallets and power. Okay. I'll read this one. I'll just, I guess, read a few more. From Withigo, Netanyahu, Free Palestine is a new slogan of Nazism. Oh, this makes me even more worried, Matt, and the world. Because I scream that all the time and I don't know what's going to happen.
I want to give a shout out to you, Leslie, and remind you and people that don't know, when you were with us we were together in Chicago for the DNC last summer. And
yes,
as those elitist, Zionist, warmongering delegates were coming out of there with their Harris materials, newly off the press, because they thought it was going to be Biden. They had to switch it out with Harris at the last second. So they had all their new Harris gear, and they're walking down the street. We were with the protesters covering that in the street. I just got to say that was awesome seeing you go up to them and saying, "Shame on you. Shame on you. You're supporting a genocide. How dare you?" That was awesome.
yeah,
You were great. That was great.
adrenaline rush. But I do understand that people are looking at me like I'm the crazy one. And there's a lot of people like me, people of color, who were like, what is wrong with this brown girl not supporting a woman and a person of color? And I'm like, I don't care what color you are or what gender you can be a they for all I care. I don't support she was very verbal about, continuing to support Israel.
Yeah.
And giving them arms and more weapons to continue killing innocent people. So now I'm not going to support her.
Yeah.
Whew. I'll read the last one, then we're done with the comments for today. The likes of Piers Morgan and Bono are criticizing the Bibi regime, but not Israel itself.
Good point.
I'm afraid that 100 years from now, the whole world is just going to be renamed to Israel. So
that's a good point. The Piers Morgans and the Bono, you can't trust either of these two guys. Neither of these two guys are to be trusted. I will slightly lean towards Piers Morgan as somebody who Although can't be trusted, at least he's had a platform where he's invited guests on who can speak the truth. And then he for the last year and a half, 2 years, he's been just playing dumb about their critique on Israel. He's been playing dumb. Oh, I don't know what you're talking like. Don't you? But do you condemn Hamas? So now Pierce has come around and said he condemns Israeli military action, specifically Netanyahu. But when someone tried to share that, I think there's a lot of people shared, hey, Pierce Morgan is finally condemning Israel. He actually chimes in and says, no. I'm not condemning Israel. I'm condemning the actions of the military by Netanyahu. And so that's a cop-out. That's a cop-out. I don't like that. I don't like that he has to go in and correct the record as people got excited. I don't know what Bono's up to, but that piece of effing crap has the gall to go around parading for the last 2.5 years about Ukraine, saving Ukraine and stopping Putin from taking over the world. I don't know what he said about Israel, but don't trust that piece of crap. F him with his tour, Ukraine tour, save the world from Putin bullshit. I don't know what he said about, but don't trust these guys. Don't trust these guys.
F him. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Leslie, for
Thank you.
talking back. It was great having you back. We'll see
Great
you
to be
next time.
back. And hello, Jamie. You did great. You were so great the last few weeks. Can I just read this last one? It just came in from Zootvilla. The chosen people are Semitic Beni Israelite, not Ashkenazi Jews. Their ancestors are Christian converted to Jewish after the Roman Empire fell. Well, this is not what our history books taught us, was it? Peace out to everyone.
Yep. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.